Excuse you, this is me and Dad, not you and Dad.
You're judging me on how to.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. This is my husband Jason, and we are just bringing you our journey through IVF, our marriage, our faith, and our first pregnancy with our little boy that's due very, very soon. And today was a special video because I like to give him his voice, because I feel like when you're pregnant or going through IVF or trying to get pregnant or whatnot, a lot of the times they'll ask how the mom is doing, but not a lot of times do they ask the dad how he's doing. And so sometimes you'll get some people that will, but for the most part, they're checking on the woman and seeing how she's doing. So I just wanted to ask him some questions, give him his voice. That way, if you yourself are going through this, you can share this with your spouse and your husband and just let them know that maybe they're not alone and how they feel. So let's go. So we're kind of going to go back to like barely starting to try and then come up to now and just ask little questions in between from there. Describe how you felt when we were trying naturally and it didn't happen for us. How did that make you feel?
Well, it made me wonder if I was just failing as a man, you know. And after that, it started feeling like maybe there was something naturally with my family, maybe. Because I know I had other families struggling, but that was the hardest, was the fail.
So what were your thoughts when we realized we needed to do IVF again after we tried the first time? Especially after like our negative results from the first round. Did that make you like scared to go again or anything?
Well, mine was putting you through it again, in case it wasn't going to work, and getting the hopes up again, all that negative that can come in. My concern was you, of what you going through it again. I feel like I could just bury it and go away forever, but that's, yeah, it was the cost to the chances is hard to wrap your head around. You know, it's, I mean, what's the percentage, like
Because it's not a guarantee.
20, I don't know what it was, from amount of eggs to what could come, or how many you get to how many fertilize to how many go to, it just makes it hard. That's what, to do it again and not be successful would make it, I'm worried about your
My mental.
heart going through it again. That's what.
Because it's definitely emotionally draining for both parties, but especially for the woman, because when you're getting pumped full of all the hormones and then to not get good results, it's kind of earth-shattering sometimes. So in the shot phase, right before like we did egg retrieval and then like transfer, because that is, if you are not familiar with IVF, egg retrieval is one part and then transfer is a different part. There's different shots and all the fun stuff. So was one of those shots worse for you? Now, let me just remind you, in our egg retrieval part, we did Lupron, Menopur, and Follistim. And then when we did our transfer, I was just taking estradiol pills or estrogen pills, and then we did the progesterone and oil. So was any one of those shots like worse for you to give to me just because of how it felt, or?
Well, I never felt a thing.
But you knew I felt it all.
The oil, whatever whatever was in the oil, was hard. Just because you could, well, medical experience, you know, it was just hard to push, even after heating it up, and
I would usually wince, like.
But it's kind of fun
in
too.
Pain. You like giving me the pain.
So if she annoyed me during the day, I get the sticker, you know.
That was his payback period. Was it hard to see me going through all of the shots and the testing and the ultrasounds and all that kind of stuff, through all of it, to get to the good part?
No, because I didn't get to really be there for a lot of them, because COVID. I would keep myself busy, keep my mind off of it, and then just get to hear good news. So that was kind of the easy part for me.
Yeah,
because I wouldn't get to be there for the COVID or the appointment, whatever. So it was.
That's true.
easier in that sense, but had it been,
Yeah.
if I was there, it probably would have been different.
Yeah, because we started our first round right at the beginning of COVID. And then our second round that we did earlier this year was they were still limiting who could be a part of or in your doctor's office. And so when I would go and get checkups, it was really just me going in, and then I would tell him, hey, this is what happened. And when we did egg retrieval, he got to go in and do his part, but then he had to go and wait in the car, and he couldn't even be like in the waiting room waiting for me to get in there. And then transfer day, he wasn't even allowed to be in there. So I think I've said that before in a video, but COVID sucks for that reason, because especially on your transfer day, that's the happiest day that you could be going into this thing, and you have so much hope, and yet I couldn't even share it like with my spouse. I FaceTimed him, but there's only so much, that screen is so little to me in the room. I couldn't even imagine like how little it was for him, and I'm sure I was trying to describe like, oh, there's the little catheter and there's it going in, and I'm sure he couldn't see any of that. So I feel like that might have like taken away from his excitement on that day, because he didn't get to experience it. And so that kind of actually leads me into my next question. So on transfer day, like I FaceTimed you, how did you feel that day, or like what were your thoughts going in while you were watching it? Knowing that like technically when I left that office I would be pregnant, because you're poopo, pregnant until proven otherwise on transfer day. So
I didn't really get to feel anything, because you wasn't in there, didn't get to be in there. Just knowing that I didn't get to be there, didn't get to have that little emotional tie to it at all. It was kind of I got the short end, I guess.
Yeah.
What you'd say.
Well, that kind of again leads to the next question of, do you now, or was it hard for you to connect to like our pregnancy because of the IVF journey, and like because you weren't there that day? Does it feel hard for you to connect to it, or did it in the past?
Yeah, still does. We have the name picked out, which we haven't released, right?
I haven't said it yet.
But they know what the sex is?
Yep.
Okay. No, it's a boy. She'll call him by his name all the time, and I'm still like, when the baby comes. I rarely express he. But yeah, I haven't, with it being that way, it's like I haven't played that big of a role. So no, it's hard for a connection to come, but I'm afraid it'll be that domino effect, or not even a domino. If there's 3 dominoes, it's labor, here he is. I'll be done.
Yeah.
But no, like, yeah, because even staring at his name, it's hard to even, because it's right up there. Y'all don't know.
It's teasing.
And it's right
It's right above us.
right there. But I still don't do it, even a room full of stuff. Like, I just feel like I haven't done anything. Like, I haven't played a role at all.
Yeah. So I didn't really, if you've watched the previous videos, I didn't really have pregnancy symptoms, especially through that first trimester. I started getting heartburn towards the end. That was really my only pregnancy symptom throughout this whole thing. And so did that also make it harder, because I didn't have the morning sickness and the cravings? Like, I literally have had one craving, and it was for a Dr. Pepper, and that was a couple months ago. Yeah, it was before
around
Christmas.
Thanksgiving.
So.
Yeah, after Thanksgiving.
But so I don't have the, oh babe, I need you to go grab, pickles and ice cream or whatever. Like, I don't have cravings. So does that make it harder?
Yeah.
Because you didn't really get to do anything.
Haven't got to do anything. The rubbing the back, the feet. I've tied some shoelaces once.
Yeah. And here's one.
I haven't gotten to do a whole lot. It feels, I feel real disconnected, like it hasn't been me in any way.
So that does make it harder, because I don't really, need him to do anything, because I never really felt bad or anything like that, other than the week that I got sick. But it was really mild in that case. So going through it to get to the pregnancy part was what kind of, I guess, separated him a little more than, you know, because he's made the comment before that I'll say, you did this to me. Well, in a normal situation, when you are naturally trying, that would be a very common statement for, you know, to joke around and make. But in our case, he's like, I really didn't. The doctors did. Like, I had nothing to do with this. So, but I know he's kidding when he says that, but I know that to a certain degree, that is a real, like, feeling that he has, and that kind of makes me sad, but I understand why he feels that way. So how are you feeling as we get really close? Because we're about 5 or 6 weeks away right now. So I'm filming this, and you're gonna see this kind of out of order, but I'm 34 weeks right now, so we've got about 6 weeks left. So how are you feeling knowing that little man is gonna be here like anytime? Are you ready? Are you scared? Nervous?
It comes in different ways. Sometimes it'll come in like, oh crap. Sometimes I'm like excited, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I'm like, no more fun.
Different kind of fun.
Different kind of fun. That to think your whole life's fixing to change. Like, because like now we could just need somebody to take some dogs out or whatever, we could go. And now we can't, and then it's
a lot more planning will be involved.
I try to not, when that starts to come into my brain, I try to find something else to do, because that'll get to me too much. But I think it's more excited and happy than it is anything else. But
have you found yourself like getting emotional over anything, like in particular? Like, I know for me, when we are gonna do a nursery reveal, I will have that video for you guys, so you will get to see it. But we have some vinyls that we put up on the walls, and one of them is his name. And when we rolled it out on the floor, like, I got emotional and I started crying, and he looks up and he's like, oh gosh. And it was just seeing it, you know, laid out for the first time, it just kind of hit me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, he's gonna be here soon. More excitement than anything, I think, on both of our fronts. At this point, we're just ready to meet our little guy and see what he's gonna be like. So, that was it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Click that little subscribe button. Thank you to my honey for taking time out and coming in here with me and filming today. If I can be praying for you anyway this week, let me know down below in the comments. And if you have any questions for us, I will be happy to relay them if they're for him or whatnot throughout the week, and I can get back to you guys and let you know what he says. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Take care and God bless.